Oh, my goodness. Let's check in with Matt Lamb. Want to talk to him because, there's interesting stories that are out there. Matt, I was talking to you from thecollegefix.com. I was talking with your booker over there, Connor, and there is a conservative student group that it was infiltrated by left-wing spies that tried to disrupt a Matt Walsh event at the University of Iowa not too long ago. You and I were talking about an event over at Purdue University where Michael Knowles from the Daily Wire, another one from the Daily Wire, was where Purdue University students tried to disrupt that as well. And let's go down to West Texas A&M University, where you actually had a college president stand up against the woke brigades. There was a drag show that was being promoted on West Texas A&M campus. He canceled the event, and he was hit with a lawsuit. Why don't you give us some background on this, Matt? Good morning.
Thanks for having me. Absolutely. So the president of West Texas A&M canceled a drag show. I believe it was supposed to be at the end of March. I think the students actually ended up having the drag show. There was some back and forth, but now there's a lawsuit essentially trying to stop him from, in the future, preventing other drag shows. The attorneys for the president and the university system noted that other LGBT events that were perhaps a little less offensive, I think they had like a movie night, were allowed to happen, but they submitted evidence showing that these performers, these drag shows, do have a tendency to be obscene, and of course making their point that there is case law in support of preventing this. I think he made a point in his initial email that he wouldn't allow a racist group to hold an event or anything else that would clearly denigrate a group of people, which he felt this event would, which would denigrate women, was his main point.
We've come to this place in society where we are right now, where you have these groups. And look, there are people right now, they're going, don't get into the politics. This isn't politics. I mean, look, Pat Buchanan said when he was running for the president many years ago, this is a battle for the soul of America. He was right back then. And it's just continued on up to where we are right now. There is a battle over the soul of America where you have the rights of women being denigrated and the rights of trans people being set above them. And you have college universities, which are supposed to be places where open-mindedness is to occur, where everything's getting stomped down because the left can't tolerate, progressive left can't tolerate open voices.
Absolutely. Actually, at the University of Northern Iowa, they just released the results of a survey they conducted last year. And they interviewed 3,000 different people, staff, employees, professors, students. And there was a lot of comments that the campus is not welcoming for conservatives. One thing that was noted in the report is that a lot of it's not necessarily outward bias, but there's the Black Lives Matter flag outside a department office. Sort of tells you if you're going to that department, don't challenge Black Lives Matter, don't say anything pro-police. Sort of that subtle, in some ways actually kind of is a microaggression, as much as we might kind of mock that term. In some ways it is sort of a microaggression. And what the report concluded as well, and this was done by like a professional survey consulting firm, very, above board, very academic, was that conservatives just wanted to be appreciated. They didn't necessarily want the campus to be conservative. They just wanted to feel heard and to have their views respected in the classroom and on campus.
Yeah, you're right. And I think that's everything. It's anything that anybody wants is don't denigrate me. We used to have a place, Matt Lamb, where we could disagree with one another, but agree to disagree. And it was funny because I was listening to a Megyn Kelly podcast the other day, and she was talking with one of her guests whom she was disagreeing with. And he said, well, we're just going to agree to disagree. And she kept on banging the drum. And he said, Megyn, we can agree to disagree. And I think she got it then. But it's just the progressive left just not getting it. And they keep on pushing it. TheCollegeFix.com is where you can find what Matt Lamb does, as well as others over there. TheCollegeFix.com. Matt, thank you for joining me here on the morning show. Have a wonderful Wednesday, okay?
You too.